What's going on, guys? I'm Renegade 2020, finally, which means we're going to start this off with a good bang. I have here my 1986 Suzuki Intruder 700, and I figure we'll start off 2020 by actually doing some work on a motorcycle and actually making a big difference. Right now, I have the lovely Stephanie being my camera lady, which means I'm a little more free to move about. It's going to be a bit of an interesting change for me. So today we're going to be changing the look of the bike, which is about time. You can see this is the stock setup. Everything on here right now is stock. Look how high these handlebars sit compared to everything else on the bike. Especially with the mirror on it. It's so high and then so low. It's a really weird body line. And, at least in my opinion, these are uncomfortable. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to get rid of these bars. We're going to put new bars on. Lower, sleeker. We're going to finally take care of the mirror situation, and we'll see what else we can do. So the first thing we got to do is we got to loosen up everything. Now I'm not going to try and disconnect everything because I just want to be able to easily slip it right back onto the bike. So first thing we got to do is loosen up our master cylinder for the clutch and for the brake, which just has a nice simple set of Allen keys right here. You can see on this one, Allen key bolt, Allen key bolt. And the reason we start with these is because on the back side of these switches are screws that I can't get to unless I get this loose. You see, there's a Phillips head screw right there and one down here, but I can't get to them unless I move this out of the way. This is why we start with loosening that up. Get that out of the way. Throttle cable's in the way. Loosen these up. Now this whole thing slides and I'll be able to actually take it off the bike. Alright, now that everything is free and off, I already took this grip off because it was just in the way and cruddy. Next step is actually to loosen up your bars, which are just another set of hex keys. Hex key sockets, I highly suggest them. These 4 bolts on these two, that's all that holds it. Now, see, you can turn and flop that around. These guys are free, somewhat free. You can actually wiggle this stuff off. Just let it hang off to the side for right now. It'll go on the new bars. Stock bars to the new bars. These are going to sit a lot lower, a lot nicer, and be a lot more comfortable. First thing to do is put all that stuff that we took off right back on. Nice and loose, because it's not going to stay right this second. One of the reasons that we never put it on super tight quite yet is because we're not sure about angles yet. Best way to install bars and have the right angle for them is to put them on loosely and sit on the bike. I may have touched on this on another video, probably when I installed the new levers on the Maxim. But nothing matters when it comes to angles except what's comfortable for you. Snugged everything up a little bit so I can still turn it and nothing falls too easily. Now it's all about riding angle. Be about there. Sweet. And clearance angle. That's got enough clearance for sure. Now we tighten it down. Now, that's snugged on. How does that look? That's a much nicer body line, isn't it? Lower, compact, much nicer, much sleeker. Oh yeah. Now, of course, you gotta actually set all your controls and everything to the proper distance. So, what I do is always put things on the wrong way. Start with your throttle distance, because that one actually has to be set in the right space. Just a smidgen from the end. You want just a smidgen away from the end of your tube so your grip doesn't bind up if you're putting on a bar end. We will. We'll talk about that in a moment. And then as for the angle for your switch, it's got to be comfortable for your thumb. So you want to be easily able to get to your kill and your start. Easily get to the kill, easily get to the start, tighten it up. We will, of course, be addressing later things like this weird cable angle that's going on here. Just hasn't happened yet. Then, of course, it's all about the angle for your levers. Again, just tighten it all up, at least a smidgen. Snug it up, I should say. Snug everything. Find your comfort level. You can easily get to my brakes right there. Tighten it up. This side's a little trickier because this grip is sitting on the throttle roller. This side doesn't. What you actually got to do is put it on. Like that, of course. And then find how far you need to be. So put your grip on. Have it roughly the same distance as over here, because this way everything will be even when you go to tighten it all up. Same thing. Got to be able to access all your switches with ease. Actually, that's good right there. There we go. Clutch is on, brake is on, dropping stuff much lower, much more comfortable riding position, for me at least. A little more compact and not having to lean back as well. Should be a more direct steering input as well. I mean, you can get into the physics of the why, but we're not going to do that. Basically, just know that the more direct of a line your handlebars are to your steering, your tree, the more direct input you have. The last ones were big, they were up here, you had to turn so much more than this. That's why sport bikes have clip-arms, not just because it gets you lower, but because it's a more direct input. Cool, on to the next thing. Cool, so now with the newer bars and everything looking sleeker, this mirror looks a little too high. Looks annoying. I only have one because the bike didn't come with mirrors, and I only have Yamaha mirrors which use a reverse threaded stalk on the right hand side. Go figure, Yamaha. Thanks. So we're going to do bar end mirrors. Going to keep the bike sleek and be functional, and I know legally I only have to have one mirror, but I prefer having two because, well, frankly, I prefer to be safe. So I picked up these nice mirrors right here. They go on the ends, and you can put them any way you want them. Come with these nice little spreader dealies. I don't know what the proper term is for them, but they actually go into your bars, and you tighten them up with an Allen key that is set deep inside this hole. There's also Allen keys to set the mirror stock when you put it through. So what I like to do is I like to angle them down so you don't see them as much. Now it's not going anywhere. Put the other one on the other side. Oh, let's get rid of this thing first. That'll get saved for a later day. Now, as always, the trick with mirrors is what way do they work for you? It doesn't matter where, because when I got this in the package, each bar end had a mirror in it. But if that's not going to work for me, I can switch the mirrors so I get the proper angle. Always sit your bike up straight, put a mirror in. Snug your bolt. Sit in your riding position. You can see behind you. I always like to go with, I like to be able to see my elbow, so I have a marker for where I'm looking for. And just make sure it's at the right angle. Yep, cool. Snug it down. Much nicer, much nicer. Doesn't that look sleek? The mirrors obviously work. Hi. And it gives it a much sleeker look. The body line is way down now compared to what it used to look like. Look at that. Life is much more comfortable. much better. Obviously, I only took it just around here because I've got a leaking carburetor. And that's no bueno, which I'll have to take care of one of these days. Hopefully you all enjoyed this video. If you did, please leave a like, leave a comment, or any questions you might have down in the comment box. And if you're not already subscribed, please do subscribe. Obviously, moving along quickly. Next video, possibly new headlight, new turn signals, or possibly we'll get into the tedious task of setting up a new speedometer so that I can actually see how fast I'm going without having to have my phone on all the time. Until next time, guys, y'all keep rocking and rolling. I'm gonna keep taking care of business. I'll see you in the next one.